Welcome to the Wed Pro podcast, the podcast for wedding professionals at any stage of business who are ready to become fully booked wedding pros. We are your hosts, Katie and Roxy, founders of the Wedding Business Hub. We help wedding suppliers grow six-figure businesses through organic marketing, mastering their sales, and building their networks, all without spending a fortune on advertising and with none of the burnout. If you are ready to grow, learn new strategies, and build a business and life you love, then this is the podcast for you. We have more than a decade's worth of marketing and wedding industry experience, and now we help wedding business owners just like you take your business to the next level. If this sounds like you, you're in the right place. Hi, welcome to this episode today. And today we're going to be talking all about the mistakes you might be making in the sales process that is stopping you from securing the sale. But first, I need to quickly just apologize, just in case my voice goes today, because I'm not feeling the best, but it's been going okay this morning. A few coughs coming in here and there, but so far it's held out. So what tends to happen though is it'll start to go, but I've got my water here. And after this, I'm going to go and grab some Lemsip, which is rank. I hate Lemsip. I hate it, actually. So no, I'm not going to grab some Lemsip. I'm going to grab those cough sweet things.
Yeah, go and grab yourself some cough sweets. I hope you are all doing very well. Maybe actually, Kate, it's because of the awful weather that we've had over the last couple of days.
No, I hope people have been safe. I know we got stuck in it a little bit. You way more than me.
Definitely got stuck in it. Traveling a distance that probably should take around half an hour took me probably about 6 hours on Friday afternoon. So that was fun. That was really fun. So I've got to catch up on all my podcasts that I've not had a chance to listen to. Made the most of a not very great situation, but luckily, I got home safe. But I know there's a lot of others. I've seen a lot of stuff on socials about houses that have been flooded and shops and pubs and everything. So I just hope that everyone is okay and safe.
Yeah, take care and keep safe. So today's topic, we do love to talk about sales, don't we?
We do.
It's something that we really enjoy looking at, but you know what? We've not always been this, but what you track, you can improve. What you look at, you can get better at. And I think that is something that whether you are somebody that's into your sales process or really thinking about your sales and how to improve your sales in your business, or you're somebody that, goes with the flow a little bit more, it's a lesson to just take away from that, even in money. And this is something actually that I'm going to be doing a lot better in Q4 of this year and going into next year as well, is actually looking into the business bank each and every single day. So we are quite regular with that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
However, and we know what's available to us because we're in and out of QuickBooks and we're doing things in terms of the accounting of the business. But I just really, truly believe that what we track, what we look at, we can improve going forward as well. And yeah, that brings us quite nicely to talking about sales and some mistakes that we really see in the sales process that are just really easy fixes and things that keep coming up for us when we're speaking to our clients and we're talking with the businesses that we work with, and just some ways that you can really tweak your processes and just get your client over that last hurdle and get them to say yes to you. So some of the time So learning about these mistakes and being aware of them beforehand just helps you to be able to avoid them as well. And it's just going to ensure that you're going to stand out from all of the samey businesses out there and book more of the ideal couples that you're looking for.
Yeah. And I think it's being in business and being a business owner, it is always going to be a process of learning new things, stepping it up, or changing or swapping things around what you're doing. So the things that we're going to talk to you about today, you may not have even thought of, or maybe you tried them in the past, but there's always time to go over things. So there is no time like the present to just take a little look at your business and see if you can use any of these tips that we're going to teach you today.
For sure. So the first of the 4 mistakes that we see most often when talking and working with wedding businesses is not separating yourself from the competition. When you're going through the process and you're talking to your couples are also talking to other businesses as well. They're getting quotes from other businesses, they're talking to other companies, they're talking to other businesses just like you.
And you really need to be great at distinguishing, what you do and what is different about you. When couples can't compare you from another business, the only thing that they can compare you on then is price. And you don't want to be in a price war with somebody else at all. So if all of your services look exactly the same as somebody else's services on a website, or your proposal looks the same as somebody else's proposal, the thing that's going to stick out for that customer is pricing.
So there are really simple ways that you can be setting yourself apart from your competition. Just think of it as, instead of being in with the crowd, you want to step outside of that crowd and make sure that you are doing things in a different way that's going to make you be memorable. And one of those ways that you can do that is by tailoring your proposal to each unique couple that you get. Yes, have a template that you follow, but make sure that in your consultations and in the contact that you're having with your potential clients, that you are listening and that you are taking note of what they are telling you, and then you can use that and repeat that back into your proposal so it's really personalized to them.
I think it's not just in the proposal, it's in the communication from start to finish. So look at the time that they spend with you up until the point that they become a client. That customer journey that they go from when they're going from that look to book cycle, that look to book chain. What does your journey look like at each of those touch points along the way? Are there ways that you can make that unique? Are there ways that you can make your clients feel special along that journey? And just really incorporating that into your process. So yes, things, your services might be the same, depending on what you do. Or, you might decorate a venue, and then when that's compared to somebody else that decorates a venue, it's how you can then stand out. And it can be things as simple as your communication's really great, that you get back to couples in a reasonable time manner, that you are exactly what Roxy's just said, really listening to that process, understanding the problems and the unique set of problems that this client is presenting for you, and then infusing that in the communications so that the client really feels heard as well. Because you don't want to get into a situation where your customer is comparing apples with apples, because then the only thing they can make the decision on is price. And quite often we find when clients come to us and say to us, people only want to go with the lowest price. It's not true at all. It's never about price. And if you think it's about price, go and listen to our episode where we say it's not your price. Go and listen to that one. And also, we've got a few blogs on this subject as well. It's usually that you're not differentiating your services enough for that client. Maybe you've not niched down, maybe you've not looked at this customer journey and you've looked along the process as to how you can stand out and make yourself memorable. What can you offer? How can you present your services? How can you present what you do in a way that sounds unique?
And I think as well, if you are in that bracket of, being chosen simply on price, I'm going to say that you're not really going to be working with your ideal clients. So it is really worth taking a look at this mistake if you are doing it, and definitely switching it up, because none of you want to be working with your less than ideal clients. So just make sure that when you're having those touch points with these potential couples, that you are seeing them and you are treating them as if they were your ideal client.
And that really brings us nicely onto our second thing that we see crop up, and how you are blocking that sale for your client. And this really we talk about a lot, and we really get our clients to look at this in a different way. So the next mistake that we see is that suppliers tend to focus on the features that they offer rather than the benefits to the client. So features are literally the things that you do. You're a wedding planner, you may, organize things for the bride, you might organize suppliers, you may get quotes for people, you may handle communication. If you're a photographer, you do this, and this, celebrant. It's features are the thing that you do, but the benefits are what the couple are receiving from you aside from the features. And it's really common for suppliers to just list out the features that they provide. And this is exactly what we said with the first one, that when you do that, and you do that in a way that's not unique, and you do that in a way that you're not standing out, you're really easily comparable to somebody else. And when you're comparable, people will just compare you on price. And that's exactly like what we said. We don't want you to be in that bracket. So really what you need to do as a business owner is dig deeper. When people are coming to you, what are they actually coming to you for? Yes, they may be coming to you because you're a photographer, but what benefits are you offering? It's really the why people buy from you rather than the how. And buyers really want to hear about those benefits early on in the process, because that's what really is going to hook them in, that emotive language, the things that they might not have thought about, that they get, that peace of mind factor or whatever it is outside of your package features, so that they can really see that unique proposition that you're bringing to the table. Since they're going to be comparing you with other people, it's really important that you get this into the sales process early on.
The next mistake that we see very often that wedding business owners are making is confusing your potential couples with too much information far too early on in the sales process. And this, honestly, could be the difference between getting that booking and not getting that booking. Do not bombard them with the information that they don't need right now.
All the everything.
Don't just vom all of your information at them. Please don't do that anymore.
I think that's it, isn't it? And it's picking up on that process. What we say a lot is, it's not about closing people now, it's about getting them to that next part of your inquiry. So slow down, break up the process a little bit. It's about actually getting them to make that next step with you. It's never about, here's everything I can give you, here's my pricing, here's my package information, here's the extras that you can have off me, and more and more and more. It's just not the best way to go about it at all.
No, and I know where that mindset comes from, right? Because you get an inquiry through that you've not had in a week or a month, and then you get all excited and you're like, oh my life, I've got to reply to them, I've got to send them over everything, I've got to send them over like a welcome email, here's my brochure that's 17 pages long, and then you click on this link that might take you to, I don't know, some pricing or some packaging, and that's not what they need right there and then. You don't need to, it's dating, right? You don't need
we want to get them on the second date,
end of the line before you've even started the dating process.
And I think in with this as well, it's also about presenting your price too early. Like, one of the most significant pitfalls that we see in the sales process is that presenting your pricing information too early. What it can do, exactly like you've just said, it can just overwhelm potential customers, then leading to resistance down the line and potentially lost opportunities. Like, before you even get into your pricing, focus on building that trust factor, that rapport, establishing trust with them. Make sure your customer feels heard and valued. Ask open-ended questions, get to the needs that they've got, understand the pain points, understand their objectives. It's not about just giving them a prize, because they've got nothing else to go on when you give them the prize. You want to understand and demonstrate how your product or your service can meet their needs, and by doing that, you're going to position yourself as a valuable resource that they want to get involved with.
I suppose it's like showing all of your cards right at the beginning of the process, when actually that can be really overwhelming. You only need to be giving them the right pieces of information at the right time, just to make it simple. Throwing everything at them, it's very, very confusing for people. And just think as well, as we said earlier, that you are not the only ones that they will be talking to. So this is another way that you can be standing out from the rest, and that's just making sure that this process is really seamless and you've really thought about how to make it an easy process for those that want to book with you.
I think it's something like 17 wedding photographers a couple will inquire with at the beginning stages. And this is the other thing to think about as well, is that where is this couple in the buying journey right now? There's two separate couples that we're marketing to at any one time. People who are ready to book and not quite ready to book yet. And we have to treat them differently. So, timing is everything on this one. Once you've established that rapport, once you've demonstrated that value, and then the customer shows interest with you, this is when you can introduce that pricing. And by this point, once we've built that rapport, once we've built that trust, your client is more receptive to those numbers as well. They're going to be more trustworthy of you. They're going to understand the value that you bring. You're going to have spoken to them about all the benefits that you bring to the process as well. And that's just going to really help you refine that sales approach and then ultimately get better results for your business.
And it makes it easier for you as well, right? When you've got this process nailed, this is something that you can be rinsing and repeating with every single inquiry that you get. And you know that we love a good system and a good process in our business that you can just rinse and repeat.
For sure, for sure. And this is something that we teach inside of our Web Pro CEO program as well. We really delve into this, and we give you a 5-step sales strategy in order for you to rinse and repeat and put that into your business and make more bookings from that. And a really massive part of that is actually our last mistake that we see, and this is the not doing enough. Wedding professionals are just not doing enough discovery before they're jumping in and offering those solutions to the problems that they think their client has. It's really important for you to have a process inside your business whereby you're qualifying your client. And this is, not only qualifying that they can afford you, but also their personality. Does this wedding fit with the portfolio that you're building? Does this wedding fit at a venue that you would like to work at, or a venue that is a good fit for you? Is this client a good fit for your business?
Yeah, I mean, on the discovery course, you'll be able to learn what they want and what they need in order for you to tailor your services to them. You will be listening to what they are telling you and understanding what they need from you, and then you can repeat that back to them when you are giving them the solutions to the problems. And this is going to make you stand out from the rest. We was on about it earlier. This is a really good way of making sure that you are listening and understanding their problems, so then you can offer the solutions that that they are going to want, which is going to help you get that booking.
For sure. And exactly like what you said, it's going to help you stand out from other people as well. Like, imagine having a discovery call with a client where you can really understand their wants and needs. You can really understand what it is that they're looking for, and the things they're not saying on an inquiry form, because people don't list out the problems that they have on an inquiry form. And we were talking about this last week on our Web Pro CEO call. We were talking about data mining, and we were looking at all the ways that our clients give us really valuable data that we can then use in our copy and our business. We can use it on our consult calls. We can use it going forward in our business. And really being able to dig deeper into what these things are telling you and what, your clients are saying to you on consultation calls. I can promise you now, you will get loads more information hopping on a discovery call than by, that inquiry form on the website. They're usually, yes, there is really helpful information in there that you can use in other areas of your business. But in terms of you being able to stand out from another, whatever you do in your niche, photographer, celebrant, florist, whatever it is, you will not understand your problem of your client, or, the vision, or whatever you want to call it, better than getting on a call with them. Because you can't present solutions to problems if you don't know about the problem, right? And then quite often, by getting on a call, you can read between the lines of people. What are they actually saying to you when they're talking about, what their perfect wedding looks like? What don't they want at their wedding? These are the kind of things that are going to really pull out key pieces of information to you that are going to help you with that proposal and help you get that sale.
I think my biggest tip for kind of extracting that information out of people and making sure you're listening is to actually, I think we can be guilty of going into these salesy calls as this is what I do, when actually no, just stop, just chill out in your seat a little minute and listen to what they are saying. Have a conversation. It doesn't have to be salesy at all. And then you only need to be relaying back the stuff that you do that they are going to want to hear about. There's no point just vomiting everything that you do. It's not going to work. It's really not going to work at all.
And that's it. And really, everything we've spoken about today really relates back to that. It's much more about the relationship and the value that you provide, much more than the numbers, much more than the pricing. And having that approach inside your business, how can you improve bits on the client journey? How can you really understand what the problem is here? Speaking about the benefits you bring rather than just listing the services that you do, moving that conversation away from price and just giving the price straight away, where somebody can't then compare you on anything but your price, because you've just attached a price and a quote and off you go. How can you do that when you don't really understand what your client wants from you? But putting these things in can significantly just improve that sales process for you and enable you to book more couples too. For those of you that need some support in your business but may not be ready to fully hire a coach yet or come on to our 16-week program, we've got something that you are going to love coming in November, so that you're going to have loads of time to implement this before engagement season. We are going to be putting on some impactful wedding business boost training. Across 4 trainings, you're going to be able to join us. We're going to go into really understanding that client journey, sales, pricing, everything you're going to need to be able to book more weddings next year inside your business. And it's really for those of you that know you want some impactful support inside your business, but may not be quite ready to come into a coaching program with us yet. This way, you get the best of both worlds, because you get to access our training, you get to access us. And also, because it's live as well, we'll sit and answer questions on each and every single one of our trainings. So if you are interested in hearing more about our business boost, it's going to be something that is coming just after WedCon, which is, of course, on the 15th of November. We're going to be kicking it off straight after then. So if you are interested in hearing more, DM us with the word boost over on Instagram, BOOST, to our Instagram, which is wedding_business_hub. And we will send you all of the information on how you can get a space on that. We're not going to have a huge container on this, guys. So just so that we can really work with you and make an impactful difference with the businesses that we're working with over the next 4 weeks. And really, just to help you implement all of the stuff inside your business, it's going to make a massive difference to you now. This stuff, you're going to put it into place, and we're going to see the rewards straight away. That's what we want to be delivering for you. So we're not opening it up to loads and loads of people. Places are going to become on a first come, first served basis. If you'd like to get onto the waiting list for that early on, or you think, yes, this sounds like exactly what I need, just this boost right before engagement season, DM was with the word boost. If you're not on Instagram, you can find us on Facebook, the Wedding Business Hub, and you can send us a message over there, or feel free to email us as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening today. I am very excited for the business boost. I cannot wait. I love working with businesses in that live capacity. But yeah, thank you so much for listening today, and we will be seeing you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Wed Pro podcast. Full transcripts of this episode, plus every other episode we have done, are available at www.theweddingbusinesshub.com/blogs. Thanks so much for listening. If you do have any questions about this episode or anything else at all, you can email us at info@theweddingbusinesshub.com. And if you are loving our episodes, which I know you are, make sure you hit the subscribe or follow button so you can stay updated with any new episodes that land. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.